Thank you for joining us here at KEXP. You can find us at 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 FM in the Bay Area, and streaming worldwide at kexp.org and also on our mobile apps. We are so excited to be here in the studio with a longtime friend with a beautiful new album out. It's TORRES. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
I can't wait to hear new music from you. It's always such a pleasure to have you here, and you brought some wonderful band members. You all look amazing, and I can't wait to hear what you sound like. It's TORRES live on KEXP. You're listening to TORRES live on KEXP. I'm Cheryl Waters. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Midday Show, the new album, What an Enormous Room. And we're always so excited to have TORRES visiting us here in the KEXP studios. We feel like we've been on this journey with her for a very long time.
Look at all the dancing I can do. Look at all the dancing I can do. What an enormous room. What an enormous room. Look at all the dancing I can do. Look at all the dancing I can do. Jump into joy when the light goes out. Jump into joy when plans go south. I didn't sing today because I didn't have a song in my heart. It's our third spring in the house, our first without you. If I could get out of my way, maybe I'd find a place to start. But I can't pull the words from my mind. I've got to choose to jerk into joy when the light goes out. Jerk into joy when plans go south. Left her in the driveway, in the car you thought you'd left in park. When it started to roll, she jumped out, and in a flash it was through. I don't have a clue how somebody moves through that, but if I can help to carry you, we can try to jerk into joy when the light goes out. Jerk into joy when plans go south. Jerk into joy can look a lot like rage. Jerk into joy, no time to leave the stage. What an enormous room. What an enormous room. Look at all the dancing I can do. Look at all the dancing I can do. What an enormous room. What an enormous room. Look at all the dancing I can do. Look at all the dancing I can do. What an enormous room. What an enormous room. Look at all the dancing I can do. Look at all the dancing I can do. What an enormous room. What an enormous room. Look at all the dancing I can do. Look at all the dancing I can do. Jerk into joy when the light goes out. Jerk into joy when plans go south. Jerk into joy can feel a lot like danger. Into joy, no time to say goodbye.
You're listening to Torres live on KEXP. That song was Jerk into Joy from the new album What an Enormous Room, out on Merge Records. And that could almost be considered the title track, too. I'd love to see you dancing around this room. Maybe we can get video of that after the session.
Got it. I know what you expect. You expect to be first. You claim what you the ground. Now I'm making rounds. Wanna know what's next? Who else has success? Justice is coming, good and relax. Did I hit a nerve? 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 Did I hit a nerve?
That is Collect, one of my favorite songs from the new TORRES album, What an Enormous Room. We're so excited to have TORRES here performing live at KEXP today. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
You're such a badass. You sound so fantastic, and kudos to you and your band for a wonderful performance.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Your baby is exactly 2 months old today. Do we count a birthday every month like we do with real babies?
Now that you mention it, absolutely, let's celebrate.
Congratulations. Yeah, cupcakes and flowers all around tonight, hopefully. Mackenzie, your music, it just is so authentic and always so filled with emotion. And your latest record, What an Enormous Room, is absolutely no exception. And I read a few interviews, actually with Sarah Jaffe, who co-produced and worked on this record with you. And she just thinks the experience was so wonderful and really just said you knew exactly what you wanted going into this. And tell me about getting ready to go into the studio and making this record with Sarah. Who wants to, by the way, make every record with you from here on out.
She's a sweetheart. The feeling is mutual. I love Sarah. We work so well together. Honestly, the process was pretty loosey-goosey, pretty organic. I worked in my studio, which is just my basement, making demos for a few months and writing and then I decided to go down to North Carolina to make it, and I decided to bring one of my best friends with me.
I heard that it came together pretty quickly and that you and Sarah played most of the instruments, which she had said in these interviews kind of scared her initially, but that everything worked out great. And how did it come together so quickly? Are there spontaneous moments, or is it due to just all the planning that you did in your basement?
It's a combination of things. There were some demoed parts that did end up making it onto the record in some capacity. And some songs we started from scratch, in terms of recording the pieces. But honestly, I think Sarah and I are really on the same page in terms of going with our gut, and we both kind of know what works pretty instantly and what doesn't. So, and we're both not too precious about, if something isn't sounding right, or if it's not, something that was in the demo is now out of context in the new, the new format of the song. Say, drop it, or that sounds good. That's from the demo. Let's keep it. Let's mix it in. So just moving quickly, I think moving quickly was a gift because we were trusting ourselves.
It sounds like there's a lot of confidence there, and you've been making records for more than 10 years now. Do you feel like you've grown into that, or is that how you've always made records?
I have grown more confident, absolutely. I have made records quickly in the past. My first record was made in 5 days. So, you know, that I'm not unfamiliar with working quickly, but I do trust myself more and more every time.
We've been fortunate enough to have followed your career since the beginning. I'm just so happy for the day that I discovered that first record, and we were able to have you in on almost every record that you've released here at KEXP. And I feel like you have gained in confidence. You've always been very confident and assertive, though. And, you know, you've built a pretty fulfilling life. You live in New York, which is a city that inspires and delights you. And it seems like your heart is so full of love. How do you feel that that comes out in your songwriting, sort of where you are in your life right now?
That's a big question. I guess the easiest answer would be I just try not to make anything that doesn't really feel right, that doesn't really resonate. My life makes its way in. My relationship with my wife is obviously at the forefront. Fears that I have, you know, always fears of mortality and aging and whatnot. So I just try and keep it real.
I'm so happy that you played Jerk into Joy today. It's one of my favorite songs on the record. And I heard that you weren't really sure for a while how to finish that song, and you weren't sure where you wanted it to go. What was the journey for you, and how were you able to get it to completion so that we could hear it on this record?
I had that phrase in my head, jerk into joy, for a really long time. And I loved it, but I also understood that it sounded silly and like maybe a little bit raunchy, which is not how I intended it at all. I didn't know what I was getting at when I said jerk into joy. I just knew that it was kind of like it was a feeling of moving out of a tight space that I wanted to convey, jerk into joy, you know. But I just didn't know how to write the song, and I spent years writing verses and rewriting verses, and some songs take years to come out. Sometimes it's just like that.
I love that phrase as well, and I think you could repurpose it and make it an album title later. I know bands have done that before with songs from previous albums, but I don't want that term to die.
I love that.
I love
a good
it.
idea.
Well, what are you hoping that listeners will get out of this album? There's just so much joy and hope and resiliency there.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want them to get out of it. I always hope that when people listen to my songs, they feel helped in some way, they feel seen in some way, that, you know, maybe they feel like they've connected to something or someone that understands a feeling that they're having that might be very specific or might be isolating. And I really just want to help sustain people. I know that things are really, basically everyone I know is having a really hard time right now in some capacity.
Well, it's a beautiful new album. We're so happy to have you here today. It's TORRES live on KEXP, the new record, What an Enormous Room, out on Merge Records. And get out and see TORRES live. It's always a great show. Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thanks to all of our listeners and viewers for supporting listener-powered KEXP. You can learn more about us at KEXP.org and make a gift anytime. We are a public radio station and supported by you, our listeners and viewers, and you can help us continue to discover great new music here at KEXP, where the music matters. And once again, thank you so much to TORRES live on KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.